What's up, everybody? How's it going? I forgot my book, so I had to run over and grab that real quick because I forgot it in the wrong little spot. So here we are, back now. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. What's up, all y'all? How's it going? Oh, okay, let's see. Laura and Lori here. What's going on, guys? I know it's not quite Saturday, but it's coming. Saturday's coming along. I'm like at the point now that I don't believe it's real. I know I don't believe that it's real either. I'm ready. I'm just ready to get the fuck out of here and just get moving. I got to get moving, man. I'm starting to get stir crazy around here, round these parts. Laura, hi Ron. Hope you have had an amazing day. So far, so good, Laura. Especially now that I've heard from you. What's up, Rick? How are you, brother? Shaq Daddy, how are you, my brother? How are you, man? I saw a little bit of your live stream earlier. I didn't comment, but I did get to jump onto your live stream, so it was awesome seeing you play a little bit. Daystone Wolf, what's up, brother? Hi, you ready for the possible conclusion of Jordane and SmackDown 2? I'm always ready for the conclusion of the Jordane files, of the Jordane, what would you call them? Of the Jordane, I don't know. The Jordane storyline. That's all I got. The Jordane era of SmackDown 2. Laura, call the authorities. Papa Jordane was missing for a sec. Yeah, I was missing for a little bit. I had to keep y'all on your toes a little bit, just so you know. And yeah, I actually sat down, and then I was like, wait, where the fuck did my book go? Shit, I have like 20 seconds here. Now I got to run around over there and get my damn book. And it's just like, geez, Louise. What's up, Ricky? How are you, brother? Jordane WWE career. That's what it is, the Jordane WWE career. And then Shaq Daddy, yeah, thanks, Jordane. You got it, brother. We, like I said, we always try to support each other as much as we can, as much as we try to. And, it is what it is, man. I had a good day, though. We went and hung out with the little cousin a little bit, me and Bailey, and we went and had a good little workout. We had leg day today, and leg day whooped that ass. And I haven't been able to get a lot of shred shed footage here recently because I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but I lost my cameraman and I lost my camera woman, and I don't really, so I got to do like all this production stuff. That's why like everything's kind of like down right now, because I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do all this stuff as a one-man band, all by my lonesome. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Real Talk with Jordane, episode, I think, like 83. Yeah, we're on 83 now, right? Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I always forget. Oh, crap. I didn't set up my my live stream setup, so I'll do that real quick. I hope everybody had a good day, though, man. I'm feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. Yesterday, I was crazy exhausted. I was just done with yesterday. As soon as it started, I was done with yesterday. But it's all working out very, very well because, you start feeling better, as you actually get a little bit of rest. Once you're actually able to rest, that's one of the best feelings. Getting some good sleep, and then you get to sleep in. And I slept in today. I slept in a lot more than I should have. I was really trying to do my best to get up, and most of the time I do get up. But today I got up, and for some reason, and I'm sorry, I forgot to do the poll, but we'll do a poll. We'll do the poll at another time, whenever at another time. But good stuff. Get your rest in, guys. You got to get your rest in. And I don't ever actually get like a full night's sleep. I get like maybe 6 hours normally. But thankfully with my YouTube, it'll explain to me how well I slept. Because it's not necessarily how much you sleep. It's the quality of sleep that you get. Whether you're getting deep sleep, REM sleep, or light sleep. And light sleep is what you do whenever you take a nap. That deep sleep is what happens whenever you first get to bed and you actually transition into sleep. Normally you transition into deep sleep, and you get that at the beginning of your cycles. And then you dip into the REM cycle a little bit later on, and the REM kind of helps you, there's a bunch of different things that they have, especially for your sleep cycles now. A lot of cool stuff that we can learn from it. And yeah, it looks like Twitch is freaking cramping up on us like it. Jordane, send me a pic of you so I can make you in WWE 2K20. All right, Shaq Daddy, you got it, brother. I'll send it to you on Twitter. Actually, I'll do that right now. Hold on one sec. Let me jump on Twitter real quick. I'll DM it to you while we're still on it, while we're at the beginning of the show, and I can do something like that before I start ranting about Lord knows what. Well, Stone Cold is today. Stone Cold and wrestling today. We got a lot of wrestling stuff. A lot of wrestling stuff going on. And I actually just saw in the wrestling news there were some fires, some more people being fired. They got those budget cuts. You know how important those budgets are for those big old companies. So, but that's just the nature of the business, man. It's cyclical. People are always going to be in and out. People are going to be here. I'll send you Shaq Daddy. I don't have any updated pictures because I'm not fat like this anymore, but I'm going to send it to you anyway because all I have is fat pictures of me right now. And I have not given any updates on the new Jordane, but I will be taking some pictures very soon. So I sent you a couple of them, brother. Hopefully you can make me in the game now, and then I'll hey, make it if you can do it with the chains. Love those chains. But yeah, it was a good past couple days. Is that how you say it? Good past couple days. Trying to get more productive with everything, but it ebbs and flows as everything does. Let's see. Daystone Wolf, the Jordane career. Yes, the Jordane career. Daystone Wolf, it's 2010. As I said last time, me and you in a retirement match for WrestleMania. Oh, that was what it was. Okay. Oh, shit now. Spoiler alert, we know who retired. Shaq Daddy, Jordane, send me. Yep, I did that. Lori, that means we need to fly to Maryland to help him. Yeah, I always need help, guys. Oh, 100%. Always need help. Oh, Laura, that shirt color looks great on you. Thank you, Laura. I actually got this at Walmart. On that Gettysburg video that we did with Dreama. I actually bought it at the Walmart in Gettysburg because I didn't have any clothes, and we were not planning on staying the night. But we were feeling ourselves, so we had a little bit of fun. We were vibing, we were enjoying ourselves, so we got out there and had a little bit of fun. Shaq Daddy, I will make it on my days off probably next week. Right on, brother. I had to at least find them in the game. Yeah, that's cool, brother. That sounds awesome. Daystone Wolf, the match happened. And it was a 30-minute Iron Man match. Ended in a tie 5-5. Yeah, I remember you saying that last week. I thought this was a different match. I remember that one. Laura, yep, like the fat pick. I tagged you in. I can't wait to take the new ones and do side-by-side. Oh, yeah, the side-by-side's not even – it's going to look – it's going to be very – it's already very different. Because I've been keeping up with that. I've been being on top of everything as well as I can. And with all this work and all this trying to stay on top of everything, especially with COVID, and then COVID throwing that wrench in the gears and messing things up. But, that's just part of it. It's all part of it. It's part of the plan, guys. It's all part of the plan. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. Daystone Wolf, the retire match ended in the tie. So then what's going on, Daystone Wolf? What the hell are we talking about here? What happened after that? Now I'm confused as shit. It ended in a tie. How do you have that? Feels like there should be a tiebreaker. Laura, do you feel some of the cuts were because of COVID and the lack of money with no fans, or do you think the firings would have happened anyway? I think the firings would have happened anyway because majority of their business does not seem like it is based off of live performances anymore, and a lot of the NXT wrestlers do not have merchandise type deals, so they're probably not making a lot of money that way anyway as it is. So this just seems like normal. Like it's getting back to the normal aspects of the business. Everything's gone down. Like the ratings have gone down. Everything has gone down, and obviously nobody can go to the shows. But I definitely feel like this is par for the course with the company because they always do that when they have to figure out their budgetary issues. It's just like Tesla just bought Bitcoin. Tesla bought Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's shit shot up, and they actually had some profits from that. So instead of like showing profits on their cards, like, hey, we've sold this many cars, we bought Bitcoin, and now we have this many profits. So it kind of offsets the actual sales that they're making, but they still have the income coming in. So it's the opposite thing for wrestling. So in wrestling, if you're not making that income, you make some cuts in here to mask that income and to make that income look like it's a lot higher than what it really is. So one of the easiest things that you can do is cut underperforming performers, and that's not underperforming in a way, in the way of like they're not up to par with what we're looking for. That means just underperforming, as in, let's look at our assets. Are these assets bringing us in any money? Because when you sign a contract, you become an asset, and you are expected to at least make that money that you're getting paid on the contract and then some. You want to make 10 times what you're making on the contract, because then you're making the company money. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't even get to the chance. They get signed, but they don't get the opportunity to actually prove that they can sell, because they're kind of stuck in the NXT, spot, school, whatever you want to call it. But it's way more of a strictly business thing, and they probably still see a lot of potential in the people that they did release, but it's way more, it just comes down to the numbers. It literally just comes down to the numbers, and you see that cyclical thing. I mean, recently they stopped doing it quite as much, so now it kind of hits the news a lot faster, but it's just one of those things, it's just one of those things. Okay, cool. I was just making sure that I didn't miss anything, because you want to make sure that you stay on top of everything. But yeah, the firings always suck, because I'm a wrestler, and I want as many job opportunities for wrestlers to be able to work and live their dreams full time. I just want that. I want access to that opportunity to as many wrestlers as you possibly can have. And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that's not necessarily always the case, but you can get yourself into the best shape that you can. There's a lot that you can do to get yourself in the best position to where you would be picked, or you would be picked out or picked up, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that was just strictly business. Maybe there were some interpersonal relationship problems that they have, but you always get that in wrestling. Most people don't get along. They're all drama queens. They're all divas. They're all superstars. That whole thing. Everybody doesn't always get along, and that's to be expected anyway. I don't want everybody to get along, because that shit sounds boring. So, yeah, it sucks, but it's just a part of the game, man. Hopefully these guys, especially with like being in developmental now, wasn't like it was whenever I was in developmental, because we didn't like, even if we worked FCW TV, it was mainly in Florida, and it wasn't like NXT, which you have national, like you're on national television when you get on NXT, and that's huge. So you can make a lot of money from being on NXT nowadays. So it is a lot better. Like it's a lot better these days than it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago, especially with live streams like this and all these other good things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to wrestling. I'm looking forward to seeing the next year. Like, the next 10 years in the world is going to be crazy. The next 10 years in wrestling is going to be crazy. The next 10 years is just going to be crazy, especially coming out of COVID. So it's going to be very fun to see how everything starts popping off and how everything goes. So yeah, it sucks, and I feel for everybody that got fired. I've been there. I've been in the same shoes. I've been fired by WWE, and it sucks, but it didn't really suck for me, because I was happy when I got fired, because I was like, oh, can I do a show? I was fired on a Friday, and I was on an indie show on Saturday. I'm a wrestler, so if I can go wrestle, I'm gonna go wrestle. But they didn't tell you to stop wrestling or anything. You're good. Anyway, that's just part of that, All right. Yeah. The lack of money with no fans, but I don't think that majority of their money's made from TV deals. So like WWE, like their big giant contracts are with the TV deals, and they're more worried about the ratings. That's why COVID didn't really fuck them up that much, because they just kept the show going. They just didn't have fans come in, and then they had to do all of the COVID requisites and everything like that. So. That there's definitely some revenue that they're not taking in, but they're not like it's not going to kill the company. The company's not going to stop going because of that. So interesting though, very interesting. It's always interesting to see that, because then that lets you know that they must be. There's got to be a meeting with the investors coming up soon or something, so that they can mask that income and make that income look like it's a lot better than what it really is. Or, I mean, but if you do that fire and you don't have to pay these people $100,000 a year or whatever they're making, how many people were fired? 4 or 5 people. Say that you're paying them $50,000, which I'm sure that half of those people were probably making more than $100,000. But we'll say $50,000. That's $300,000 right there, right off the bat, that you don't have to pay anymore. That you're good to go. So it really just depends. So when I meet you in WWE 2K20. I will send you a picture of it on Twitter. All right, Shaq Daddy, please, brother, please. I wanna see it. Daystone Wolf. After the retirement match, there was only 2 options: a rematch or call it off. Going away from the game, and I will talk about that more later. But what is your opinion on New Jack's death? Oh yeah, New Jack's death, man, dude. New Jack, like I loved New Jack growing up. New Jack was one of my all-time favorites. And I love New Jack because he just seemed like so fucking real, man. I love New Jack. Anytime that fucking music would hit, the lights would just start going off, and you just see him come down and just with his fucking bandana on his head, and he's carrying a grocery cart with weapons all filled up with it. Man, I fucking loved it. And another sad thing is I'm friends with him on Facebook. And I love seeing New Jack's updates. I love seeing his posts, because New Jack's Facebook updates and Facebook posts are pretty much fucking New Jack. That's awesome. And and I would recommend you guys, and we could probably do that on here. Now that I'm thinking about it, one of the really cool things, like he was doing those whatever they pay, like they pay you to do a greeting or whatever. I forget what they're called, but he was doing those little greeting videos for people, and people were getting all kinds of stuff with New Jack, Daystone Wolf said he was 58. Damn, 58, man, 58. But you got to remember, he was a pro wrestler, and those pro wrestlers lived a hard life, man. They live a hard life. We live a hard life. I'm going to destroy my body this weekend. I'm going to travel 8 hours. Then I'm going to get up there. I'm going to wrestle. I'm going to destroy my body. And then I'm going to travel 6 hours. And then I'm going to destroy my body again. And then I'm going to travel another 3.5 hours to get back home. And that's a weekend for me. And that's like what keeps me alive. That's what keeps me happy. So I'm going to have a fun weekend this weekend. Oh, they're called cameos. Thank you, Laura. Cameos. The cameos things. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the cameo things. His, like, New Jack's cameos were some of the fucking best. Because it's New Jack. It's fucking New Jack. It's so awesome. Yeah, man. R.I.P. New Jack. Legend in the wrestling business. Always loved New Jack. I always loved New Jack, man. And if you guys get some time to watch the Dark Side of the Ring, New Jack, Dark Side of the Ring, very entertaining. It's not really, it's kind of fucked up because he does fuck up some people, but it's way more entertaining. It's way more entertaining than it is sad and more of a downer than Dark Side of the Ring. Because Dark Side of the Ring is, like, it can definitely be very much a downer. So I don't really like to watch it too much. But I did watch the A&E Stone Cold documentary, and those are very different too. You can tell that's a WWE approved documentary, that's for sure. Oh, shit, Lilith. Faith, how are you, Lilith? We haven't seen you in a long time. Where have you been, Lilith? Great to see you here. How are you? What have you been up to? It's been a long time since I've heard from you, Lilith. Laura, no kidding. You're a wrestler? Wow, cool. Maybe you will wrestle in mass someday. Laugh out loud. Are you good or do you suck? I'd like to say that I'm good, but that's up to the audience. Whatever the audience says, maybe I'm good, maybe I suck. I don't know. I think I'm good. I know I'm good. But if you don't think so, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't care. Fuck off. Sorry, I'm back. Great to see you back. Lori, you saw New Jack when he was in ECW. That's fucking awesome. I wish I would have been able to see an ECW card. My friends in high school, whenever the ECW reunion, but the WWE ECW reunion, I think it was in 2006. Me and my friends had just started training. We started training in 2005, but we didn't wrestle until 2006. But 2006, I think, is whenever they did that WWE ECW pay-per-view, and they had like a few actual ECW matches, like Mike Awesome versus what was his name? He always had like the craziest matches with Masato Tanaka. Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome, dude. They had some crazy-ass knockdown, drag-out matches. And now that we're talking about it, I'm going to write that down because I want to watch that match. I'm going to watch their feuds because their feuds were the craziest shit. And it's stuff that you can't see. You can't do that shit now because the headshots that they hit each other with are so fucking insane and so fucking crazy. You can't, god damn, man, you can't do that shit anymore. But I got to take this note because I got to watch some Mike Awesome versus Masato. And I'll remember that because it's been a while. And maybe that'll help get me a little bit more motivation. A little bit more motivation to get my wheels turning again. All right. He was 58. It was a heart attack. Yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks. A lot of our guys. We lose a lot of our guys with heart attacks. We do lose a lot of guys with heart attacks. That's just that just sucks. Going back to the game, what would you do? Rematch or call it off? I would call it off because I don't want to retire yet. I don't want to retire yet. Lori said the A&E biographies are good, and they are good. I did start the Roddy Piper one, but I haven't gotten into it enough. I'm going to start catching up with everything. I got so much shit that I got to catch up with. Maybe I'll catch up with it in the next couple of days, but we'll see. We'll see. Lilith, I've been busy. Yeah, hey, me too. Plus, I went to the beach for a week, which was awesome. Oh, hell yeah. Which beach did you go to? That's fucking awesome. Destin's one of my favorite destinations for a beach to go to. But since I live in Maryland, I'm relegated to Ocean City. And Ocean City isn't as pretty as Destin down in Florida. But a beach is a beach. I ain't going to complain about that. I love a beach. All right, Shaq Daddy, we'll see you here in just a little bit, brother. Lori, New Jack jumped from the rafters, LOL. I love it. Of course he did. Sonny was in that show too. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Sonny was. So you got to see everybody. These. It's like so you saw Sonny, you saw obviously Chris Candido because Chris Candido was around at that time. I wonder, was it a pay-per-view? Was it an ECW pay-per-view, Lori? All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to go hashtag IHTPBRB. Hashtag IHTPBRB. Y'all know that. If somebody comes here and they're wondering where Papa Jordane went, you tell them where Papa Jordane went. And Papa Jordane's going to be back. I did not. Better. I'm going to get it back onto everything. I've often, that's crazy. Red and red. What is going on? Am I dying? Why am I flushed like this? Am I about to have a heart attack? I haven't even done drugs like that. But am I about to have a heart attack? Now I'm wondering. Now I don't even know. It's the sun. Really no. I might have. I might just start talking to myself. Matches, fucking crazy. You got to see like a house show, like a live legitimate wrestling show from ECW, and old New Jack still jumped from the rafters. I wonder if he still got paid that night. Lilith, I went to Galveston. I've never been to Galveston. How is Galveston? And Destin is a cool place. I love Destin. Destin is beautiful. When I settle down, I'm going to settle down in an area where Destin is accessible. So I'm definitely going to settle down somewhere south. Laura, no one cares where Papa Jordane goes. Wow. Wow. There goes Laura. Laura's back now. So, Lori, did I ask by you that the O'Shea's or whatever the restaurant was okay with you and Rick? I'm okay with O'Shea's. I like O'Shea's. Craziest show I've ever been to, LOL. Crazy in a good way, Lori? Was it crazy in a good way? Because I'm jealous that you were actually able to go to that, because like when I was a kid, I was a huge ECW fan, because that I could only find it on the Sunshine Network at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning. You didn't have access. We didn't have access to ECW like that. We had and I found all kinds of shit on the Sunshine Network. I found the Puerto Rican wrestling, WWA. Was it WWA? I don't remember. But whatever the Colognes promotion is down there in Puerto Rico. I found that one on there, and they would do it in baseball stadiums. And it looked like it were pretty good matches, not the best. But I was spoiled with all my WWE and especially WCW, because WCW had that fucking wrestling. They had some really good wrestling, man. ECW did too, but ECW had to take a different angle. So they had really good wrestling, but then they had a lot of hardcore, and they had a lot of theatrics as well. But it was way more of a realistic, like bar fight type feel. It was like a bar fight was coming, Craziest show I've ever been to. Yeah, Lori, I'm jealous of that one. Laura, I understand. Not pushing, just need times. And I'm working till midnight on Friday. Right on, Laura. We'll get you some rest. We just need to make sure that we do it with plenty of time, so that I have plenty of time to be able to get back to the arena. Because I was going to come up on Friday. I was planning on coming up on Friday, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I might have to end up working on Friday, and then just coming up Saturday early morning, and then whenever I get up there in the early afternoon, we can get some food, because I'll be hungry by then, and then make my way to the show, and then we'll do all that. And then after I do the show, I have to jump on the road and get back down south, because I got another show Sunday. Sunday afternoon, though, so I got a little bit of time. It's not in the morning or anything. But Sunday afternoon, I have another show that I have to get to in Philly. So I'm going to have a busy weekend coming up. And but it's been a while since I've had a busy weekend, and I've missed being able to go on the road and get rolling again, get things rolling again. Got a lot of, like I've been telling you guys, got a lot of plans here. It just takes time to get all of these things rolling, especially since COVID's starting to end now, and we're starting to get back to somewhat of a regular lifestyle, I guess. The Armory in Fall River is a great place for a show. Laura, do they have like regular shows there? I would assume they probably have regular shows there. I mean, before before COVID, of course. Then, in 2014, Day Stone Wolf, me and you rekindled the feud in a try for a retirement match at WrestleMania. And then what the hell happened? What the hell happened, man? Lilith, Galveston is pretty cool. It sounds like it. Rainforest Cafe is there, which is a nice little restaurant. Oh, I haven't been to the Rainforest Cafe in forever. They used to have that up in Maryland at the Towson Mall, if I'm not mistaken. But it didn't last long there. It didn't last long. I remember, and I never actually got to eat at Rainforest Cafe. I would pass by it, and I would hear like all the jungle noises. And no, did I eat? I swear, maybe I did eat at Rainforest Cafe one time. Shit, it's hard to remember. I'm pretty sure now that I'm thinking about it, I probably did. Now that you bring it up, you bring up all kinds of memories, Lilith, because I wasn't even sure. I couldn't even remember that. I think that's true, though. I definitely think that's true, though. I think I did. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I do like the Rainforest Cafe. It's been a long time though, because I just remember like the jungle feel, and then it sounded like it was raining and all kinds of different things. So it was pretty cool. Lori, they checked you for weapons before you got into that show. Yeah, Lori, because ECW did shit where fans could bring weapons to the show. And that's like, that right there is just asking for every fucking show you have now, fans are going to be trying to bring weapons into the show. Because they did do that before. Because I remember my cousin used to tell me, he was like, dude, this ECW shit is crazy, man. They'll just take weapons from the crowd. Yeah, this guy like took a cheese grater and started grating this guy's forehead, and he was bleeding all over the place. And this is when we were teenagers now, telling me about ECW. And my mind is just blown, because I'm like, what the fuck? They do that shit there? What? And he was like, yeah, man, this is wrestling, but this is real wrestling. He always told me, this is real wrestling right here. This ECW shit is violent, man. It's real. It's real shit, man. And I was like, oh, well, I'm in. Count me in. Because at that time, there was like a Dan Severn versus Ken Shamrock fight, a UFC fight, before the UFC really became that big. And it wasn't that good of a fight. It was very boring. And we were disappointed about it. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'd much rather watch wrestling. At least wrestling's more entertaining. You know, even if it's a bad match, it's more entertaining than a really bad MMA fight. To me, anyway. Okay, just text me when you are on the road. Yes, I'll keep you updated, Laura. We'll keep updated. I'll download all my social medias, and then I'll be able to keep up with everybody. And the restaurant is half a mile from the arena. Oh, that's fucking even better, even better. Lori, not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. Daystone Wolf, also in 2010, world title back then, and lost it in 2014. Damn it. I lost it? Oh, I was hoping I didn't. Top Rope Promotions works out of there. Oh, okay. Didn't Robo? Somebody said yesterday that Robo got signed by AEW. Did Robo really get signed, or was he doing like the weekend, the YouTube show? That'd be awesome if he got signed. Teddy Goods, Channing Thomas, Nico Silva are all from there and will be at Saturday's wrestling show. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, those are the locals. The local yokels. And, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, all the local guys work there, especially Top Rope Promotion. I heard good things about Top Rope Promotions. At WrestleMania 2015, we finally had the match in a TLC match. Nice. My mistake was 2 out of 3 falls match. Yeah. Lilith, I bought a big stuffed animal from there. It was like $50. It was a cheetah, and I named him Milo. Oh, Milo and Otis. Milo's a cute name, though. $50 cheetah, hell yeah. But it's a big stuffed animal, so it's worth it. Who doesn't like big stuffed animals? They are the most adorbs. I haven't talked to him yet. You can ask him yourself. You will see him. Yeah, if he's on the show, I'll see him. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you haven't heard, like, if anybody, like, if nobody's heard it on the news, then it's probably not real. It's probably just one of those things. But I mean, when I see him, I'll talk to him, but, you know. Let's see. I'm going to check YouTube because it looks like YouTube's blocking some of the comments that we're going to go on here. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. I just wanted to make sure that that we're not missing anything. But we're good. Yeah, but the Stone Cold Steve Austin documentary on A&E was fun. And there wasn't a lot of stuff that I didn't already know. I think most of us know Stone Cold, and I think that most of us are familiar with the story because Stone Cold was like the biggest wrestler ever in the late 90s, early 2000s, and most people at least were aware of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you get that whole eating potatoes thing, paying your dues, working that Oklahoma area, the Texas area, and north up there, and they weren't making much. They weren't doing much. And, eventually working his way up to becoming Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I wasn't aware of at the time, when it happened. But the main things from this documentary that I took from it was the newer interviews with Stone Cold, and he was just talking about how it was back then and then coming back. And I love seeing the evolution of the I want to call them dirty blonde, but they weren't dirty blondes. What were they? Hollywood blondes. The evolution from the Hollywood blonde into the ringmaster, where he was like, I don't even know what the fuck the ringmaster is, but, you know, Chris Yingling, WWE covered Stone Cold pretty well in their documentary of Stone Cold, honestly. Yeah, well, that's the thing, because the A&E documentary was cool, but I'd already watched all the WWE documentaries, because there's more than one. But I've already watched all the WWE documentaries, and I already knew all that. There were, like, no revelations at all for me on that one. And I might just be a Stone Cold super fan, but there were no revelations in the A&E documentary where I was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. I was unaware of this. Nah, there wasn't anything like that. It was just, literally just fucking that. Just that. And it's not that big of a deal, you know? Good documentary, fun documentary. But I already knew everything. I already knew everything about it. I already, like Chris Yingling said, we've already, if you've seen like the WWE documentaries, you already know the Stone Cold Steve Austin story. It's cool to get it updated and to see like new Stone Cold interviews, and then seeing like The Undertaker giving his opinions or Mick Foley giving his opinions. They didn't really do that because they kind of kayfabe that type of stuff a little bit earlier in the earlier WWE documentaries. But I really liked this documentary, especially being able to see the wrestlers that they have now. Well, you know, The Undertaker, and I think there were some newer WWE superstars in it as well. But yeah, it was a good documentary. And I had people that I know aren't like really into wrestling, and they watched it and they asked me about it. They're like, "Hey, did you see that Stone Cold documentary? It was really good. I liked it." And I was like, "Yeah, I saw it." I lied. I haven't actually seen it, but I already know, you know, I already know what happens. I already know the story. So this story's not really going to change that much. It wasn't like there was any like inside stuff that I didn't really know. So still a good documentary, though. I'm looking forward to Booker T's because I have not seen a Booker T documentary, and I know Booker T has a fucking awesome story, especially growing up in Houston. He's got a great story, and I'm really looking forward to Booker T's story. I'm going to catch up on the Roddy Piper one. Roddy Piper one's next. And then Macho Man, and I did see the controversy about Macho Man, and I know I'm a couple weeks late on that because next week I'll be covering that. Next week I'll do Piper and Macho Man so that I can start catching up, and hopefully I'll catch up with it so that our Wrestling Wednesdays will be a little bit more caught up than it is right now, because I'm talking about, documentary that was released like a month ago. But I haven't been able to fucking sit down and watch them all in a row like that either. You know, usually if I watch something, I'm like watching some YouTube videos on my phone, which is a lot easier to watch a little 10-minute video than to sit down and watch an hour and a half documentary, because I'll want to sit there and watch the whole damn thing. But a lot of times it's either, no, I need to get my ass in bed, or I need to get my ass over here to do that, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of different things that you're supposed to be doing. So, Lori, Macho Man was good. And last one was Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I'll be interested in the Shawn Michaels one. I'm more interested in Macho Man, and Roddy Piper. I love Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper's one of my favorites. I'm really looking forward to Booker T. Shawn Michaels will be cool though, because I'm not too familiar with a lot of Shawn Michaels' upbringing. I know, him and Marty Jannetty got a lot of heat because, they were young and dumb at the time whenever they were running the roads and they were doing their thing. And I know a lot of people were pissed off at them. And they got fired for it. Were they in the WWE at the time? Because they came from the AWA. A lot of good guys came from the AWA. Vern Gagne was legit. And if you ever have an opportunity, if you're a real wrestling fan, only if you're a real wrestling fan, YouTube Luthez, old Louie versus Vern Gagne. It's like an hour match for the Chicago. It's like the Chicago Film Archives. The Chicago Film Archives for pro wrestling is one of my favorite YouTube channels ever. ever. They have so many old pro wrestling matches. It is amazing. There's a lot of shit wrestling. Back in the day, there was a lot of shit wrestling back then, too. People don't talk about that because they like to make it sound like, oh, yeah, well, that old school stuff was amazing. That old school stuff was so good. No, it wasn't. It was the shits, too. There were good wrestlers then. Then they had fucking phenomenal matches, but there were some drizzling shit wrestlers. Just because they wrestled back then doesn't mean they knew any more than the new guys or anything like that. They were horse shit. There were a bunch of horse shit wrestlers. Just like they try to say there's a bunch of horse shit wrestlers now, which there are. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely a bunch of horse shit wrestlers, meaning they suck now. But there were also probably percentage-wise the same amount of drizzling shits, horrendous, don't want to watch pro wrestlers back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. But since we put them on a pedestal and we try to act like, oh, they can't do any wrong. They can't do any wrong. Nah, they fucking sucked. We got to remember that we keep ourselves in line and we see the top best pro wrestling there is. But whenever you look back at it and you see some of these people who you have never heard of, because you've heard of Luthez, so his shit's going to be good. It's a different generation, it's a different style, but it's still fucking good. It's still good. But, yes, drizzling shits is my favorite word. And I learned that from wrestling. That's a wrestling term, but it's one of my favorite shits. It's one of my favorite words. And words is a shits. So, you know. But like, fucking Luthez, the NWA champ, world traveled, amazing. Vern Gagne, same fucking deal. But a lot of the times, the guys that I grew up watching were that. They were that, you know? So, yeah, not all the old wrestlers were that fucking good. Not all of them. But anyway, we'll get back to the chat now and then keep going while I have my little rant. Because I love it. Lilith, and you're like a big stuffed animal. Yeah, I'm pretty much I'm a giant teddy bear, pretty much. I'm pretty much a giant teddy bear unless you piss me off. And then I'm a giant hyena. And you know how evil those things could be. Laura! Wait a minute. The first match was a hardcore match, then a cage match, then finally TLC. Jesus Christ, Daystone Wolf, you're putting me through it, ain't you? I remember a wrestler named Milo. Lilith, did you ever go to the NHW shows down in Florida or Southern Alabama? Because I wrestled a couple of matches against Joe Milo. And Joe Milo was like one of my big feuds down there. I wrestled him for the Battle of the Gulf Coast, the finals of the Battle for the Gulf Coast, and it was one of my favorite matches back then. I got to rewatch it now to know if I think that it was any good. But are you talking about the wrestler Joe Milo? Because that's small world, Lilith, very small world, and it's crazy that that we're still connecting to this day. If you remember that wrestler from back then, because he's probably over 10 years. He hasn't wrestled in probably about 10 years, so that's a good one. Laura, you and Teddy Goods would be a sweet championship match. Oh yeah, fucking Teddy's really good, man. He is about the only one who would have any chance to come close to beating you. Yeah, exactly. Because he's fucking good. Yeah, he's legit, man. Teddy Goods is legit, and I've told New England All-Star Wrestling that I want to have a match with Taverna. I want to have a match with Teddy Goods. I want to have a match, and I have wrestled Taverna, and Taverna's amazing. But I had to wrestle him in like 3 other matches in the same night, and it wasn't like I want to be able to focus on it. You know, I want to be able to focus on it. But yes, Rick Morris, Robo was in AEW Dark match, so hopefully that means that he's good. You know, hopefully. Hold on. Let's see. WWE covered Stone Cold pretty well in the dark. Oh, I already read that one. Yes, Chris. You're right about that, brother. Piper was good. Made me sad. Met him at Shamrock Cup 15. That was Chris. That's what's crazy about it, because that was with the Hellcats, and I can't believe that was the very last Piper's Pit. The MCW, the fucking Piper's Pit at MCW was the last Piper's Pit ever because he passed away a couple of weeks after that. But so Chris, that's fucking awesome that you got to meet him. And the Piper one, I'm looking forward to the Piper one. It already started with Vince McMahon acting like he was on the phone with Roddy. And Roddy either had to save him, he had to save him a spot in hell or in heaven. Go figure. Which one? Where do you think both of them are going? I don't want to presume that they would be going to hell, but I'm sure that they've done enough to be approved to go into hell. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Shaq Daddy, brother Shaq Man is back. What's up, Shaq Daddy? Back from calling my mom. I hope Madre is doing good, brother. I hope your mom is doing good. Because I know you had a call from your sister the other day. Laura, I was in Fall River watching Top Rope, and Ric Flair was with us doing a meet and greet the night that Roddy died. It was horrible to see Rick cry. Oh, yeah, that sucks, Laura. That sucks. That just sucks. That's just a shit situation. It really is. It's just a shit. I'm sorry. That sucks. That sucks no matter what. Lori, Triple H basically saved Shawn Michaels a few times. Yeah, because Triple H was like the one that wasn't an alcoholic. I mean, they're not. I'm not calling them alcoholics, but they were partiers and stuff. Triple H wasn't much of a partier. He was way more about business, you know. And that's why I respect Triple H so much, because I like people like that who are like, it's a rock star type of industry. It's the entertainment industry. It's fucking fast paced. It's fucking awesome. You get the adrenaline from the crowd. But after that, it's most important to be disciplined and to take care of your body first and foremost. So every time I finish a show, this weekend's going to be different because I'm going to be staying on the go the whole time. But every time I'd finish a show, whenever I get back to the hotel, I stretch, I do my little hip exercises, I try to keep everything together, and then I get the fuck out of there. And then I go to sleep. I'm not going and partying. I'm not keeping myself up awake. I just wrestled. My body needs to rest. So if you're like running and gunning that whole time, you're wrestling and then you're going out and partying and you're drinking alcohol and you're depleting your body and you're dehydrating your body and you're waking up in the morning, your body's already dehydrated if you drank alcohol. And then you wake up in the morning and if you drink caffeine, you're going to be way more dehydrated on top of it. So you're fucking your body up, especially if you do that for the long term. So there's a lot of shit that you got to think about, man. And I don't think that a lot of the older guys thought about that type of shit. I mean, they didn't. Like, they were less informed on all this stuff. Way less informed on all this stuff. But, Lori, Daystone Wolf, during the match, the first fall went to me, then you won the second, and on the last fall, I climbed the ladder, and it looked like the end, and then you came from nowhere and knocked me to the ground, and then picked up the ladder and climbed and almost won when Michael Cole, that motherfucker, Michael Cole hit, and he came down and knocked you off the ladder and helped me up and made sure to keep you down. Then I climbed the ladder and won. Damn it, Michael Cole, always screwing me up. Damn you, Michael Cole. Damn you. Chris Yingling, preach. I'm preaching, brother. I'm preaching. I get tired of that fucking these guys acting like the old school wrestling's so good. It's like, yeah, there's some of it that's good. Definitely some of it's good. But not all of it. Let's not act like just because they wrestled back then, they were good. They were the shits. The drizzling shits, as we like to say. Chris Yingling, can't wait for MCW to open back up. I know. Hopefully soon. And I think I did see a few, I think that I did see a few announcements from MCW, and they will be opening back up soon. I think that they just did like a fans meeting and greeting thing or something like that. So I'm sure they'll be open up soon. Lilith, yes, I did. Yes, I did what? Are you, oh, Shaq Daddy? Okay, I got you. Daystone Wolf, so you retired after a 15-year WWE career. Then in 2018, I retired. Hey, that's not bad. 15 years. That's better than most, brother. That is better than most. Lori, exactly. Laura, Marty is a horrible alcoholic still to this day. That's the thing, man. Like, people are their own worst enemies. People, like, it's hard, man. It's very hard. It's very hard, especially when it comes to alcoholism, because I grew up around alcoholics all my life. I've seen the struggle. I know the struggle. I know how hard it is when people have the best of intentions, but they underestimate how strong that addictive pull is. And I like to think that most people have good intentions and most people want to get better. It's just hard. It's very hard. And your mind is so much stronger than what you give it credit for. And you let it either control you, and you think that you have control, but it's really your mind is in control. Because I don't really have the alcohol problem. I don't have like a drug problem because I grew up around it. So I wanted the opposite of what I grew up around. I didn't like the alcoholism. I didn't like the drug addicts. I didn't like the opiates. I didn't like all this fucked up things that you see growing up. So I went the opposite direction. But if you don't have that type of perspective, a lot of times you get caught right into it. You get caught right into that same cycle. And it's very hard because the stuff that you're taking, like the alcohol or beer or drugs, it makes you feel good. It changes your consciousness a little bit, and people love changing their consciousness. But at a certain point, you don't want to escape reality too much and be too far away from reality, because if you're not staying on top of it, you're going to lose it. You'll lose it, and that's the hard thing. That's the hard thing, and it sucks that Marty Jannetty's a horrible alcoholic like that. I don't hold anger towards people for that type of stuff. I just hate how it controls people, man. Yeah, I just hate it because he has every opportunity to get better, but if you don't want to get better, you're not. So you can't burden yourself trying to make people better and trying to convince them to get better, because if they don't see it, they're not going to try. So you can't take on their burden. Don't take on their burden. That's their burden to hold. They have to figure that out. And of course you care, and you don't want them destroying themselves, and you see them destroying themselves. But at a certain point, you have to say what you have to say. But if they're still not going to listen, if they're still not going to try, what can you do? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And it sucks. It sucks. But, Lilith, I bet if you watch some old videos of New Heights Wrestling, you'll see me and my dad in the crowd. Yeah, Lilith, exactly. Yes, Joe Milo. You definitely have then. You definitely have. I have, there's a lot of old school NHW videos on YouTube too. So we could probably find them on there. But I have my connections with NHW. So, and I actually have, when we were doing our television show, I have all of our episodes of our television show. And I'm actually going to start posting some of those old of me wrestling on our old NHW television show as well on my I'm going to release some of those on my YouTube page as well, because those are some old school matches, and I like them. Chris Yangling, it's like watching an old cartoon as an adult. Sometimes they don't always hold up. Exactly. Old wrestling, that is. Yes, Chris, exactly. That's the thing. Sometimes they do. Like what I was saying before with Luthez and Vern Gagne. If you watch them, it's way closer to like the UFC style pro wrestling. And it's really, really, really good, man. It looks so real, but it's pro wrestling. So it's not real. They do a lot of shit that you wouldn't really do in a real fight, but it looks so crisp and it looks so legitimate. It looks like a fight. At a certain point, it looks like they are fighting, and it's rough, and it's not pretty at all. I love that shit. But there's a lot of it that does not hold up. It's just like, it's exactly like you said. It's like watching old cartoons or an old TV show or any of those old things from back in the day that people really got into back then. Nowadays, not so much. Not so much. I don't think quite so much anymore, because, people's perspective has changed. People's entertainment has changed. All of it is changed. So we live in a completely different world. Like I was saying earlier, I can't wait to see what 10 years is going to be. How different things are going to be in 10 years. That ain't that long, and there's so much that can change. There's so much. So much. Laura, I am exactly like you. I saw it all my life and knew pretty quickly I didn't want that for me. Wow, and you and I are similar. I know, Laura, and that's what's so fucking weird about it. We're so similar. Very similar. It's a small world, isn't it? I don't either. I just hate seeing him post about it. I know, Marty Jannetty. And he has recently had multiple ankle surgeries because of wrestling injuries, of course. So he will hopefully slow up a bit. Hopefully so. Hopefully the injuries will slow him down a little bit to where he'll be able, and that's the thing too, because then when you get injured like that, you have to take medicine, and it's best, like it's recommended that you don't take medicine while you're on. Well, it's best that you don't drink alcohol while you're on medicine, but alcoholics don't give a shit about that. That's true. Lilith, Dandy Jack was always funny. Used to call him Kangaroo. Lilith, what's hilarious about that is when I was younger, when I was in middle school, Dandy Jack was still Dandy Jack, and we chanted Kangaroo at his dumb ass. And it worked. I never even understood. To this day, now I'm personal friends with Dandy Jack, and I know Dandy Jack. But I think that fucking Dandy Jack, man. That guy's wild. That guy is like, he's a character in it himself. That is so funny that you brought up Dandy Jack, Lilith. You know Jordane. Like, most people don't know Jordane. You know my actual, like, legitimate roots in professional wrestling whenever I, like, really started. Because that was when I really, like, first started, man. That's crazy. It's a small world, guys. It's a fucking small world. But obviously, we've been connected on and off from those times on. But it's just so cool that we're still here. We're still here. 10 years later or so, we're still here. Laura, I watched some of my favorite matches with wrestlers of the late 70s and early 80s. And you're right. I look and go, oh my, that was a sucky match. I know, it sucks. I was watching some Stampede Wrestling. I wanted to see like some of their old television shows. And there's a YouTube playlist of like all of the Stampede Wrestling. And as a wrestling fan, I recommend do it for your history. Because there's some good stuff there. You'll see a lot of good stuff. But one thing that you're really going to see is a lot of not good wrestling. You're going to see a lot of shit wrestling. This is really not good wrestling. It's very much a developmental territory for the WWE. Or even before that, it probably wasn't. It was probably, like, those shows were probably for them, But I got to go pee again, so... Hashtag IHTP. Now we're getting back to the normal shows whenever I had to go pee 2 times in a show. But I'm going to go do that. We'll jump back on the comments. I'll give you my closing thoughts on the Stone Cold documentaries and looking forward to the next ones that we have coming up. And you guys know that whole deal, so I will be right back. All right. What'd I miss? What did I miss? Did I miss anything? All right, let's see here. Uh, Chris Yingling, got a favorite legend you've worked with? Gold Dust, Matt Hardy. Those are the first two. Now I've worked with others, not literally wrestling, but we've done storylines and stuff like that. Probably Gold Dust though. Matt Hardy was. Those two were amazing to work with, Chris. Like because I was such a fan growing up. Being such a huge wrestling fan growing up. And then being in the ring with these guys that you watched all your life, you're so familiar with it. It was such a surreal moment because I was so familiar with them. Like I know every single one of his moves. We didn't even have to plan the matches because I knew all their stuff. They just needed to know a little bit what I did, and we were good to go. And it was such a surreal moment. But Gold Dust and Matt Hardy, those two, man. It's such a weird thing growing up watching it. And, it's just crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyway. I might change it in the future, but, Laura, I love watching Stampede. So funny to see that channel. I know. Exactly. Because it's not all. It's not all. I don't want everybody to think that I'm just shitting on Stampede Wrestling and all that other good stuff because I love wrestling in general. So most of the shows are pretty good. But let's not act like it's all good. That's my point. Let's act like it was like it is these days, That's all I'm saying. I think anyway. Dandy Jack. That's hilarious. Lilith. I love it. I love that you're on it. You're on it, Lilith. Better than most. Not better than most, but more than most. Laura, Papa Jordane is shaking it. Let's make a poll. Did he shake 2 or 3 times? I'll put that on Facebook. That would be my next poll. When Jordane goes to pee, how many times does he shake it? 2, 3, or 4 times? Because if you shake it more than 3, you're playing with yourself. So what do you figure? What do you figure? Laura, shh, don't tell him I said that. Tell him I was nice. Team #Mama Laura. Yeah, well, we know now. All good now. Shaq Daddy Lilith, do you know what happened on May 19th with Kane? Is that the movie? Are y'all talking about the Kane movie? What was it? Don't Close Your Eyes or some weird shit like that, where they had like eyeballs and a... I don't know. I don't remember what the movie was, but I remember he had like a problem with the date, and the date was weird, and it was all just very weird, See no evil. Thank you, Chris. Goddamn. Something to do with vision. Kane would have been cool to wrestle. I would have loved to have wrestled Kane. Some of the legends that I would love to wrestle, and I know nobody's asked me that, but Stone Cold, obviously. That was a childhood one. The Rock, for obvious reasons. Luthez. I'd want to do the old school guys. I would want to work with the old guys who are all dead so that I could see how they viewed the business and how, like, what was their perspective on how wrestling should be, or was their perspective on wrestling's, like, they just worried about how they were perceived themselves in wrestling, and they weren't really worried about the overall business. Because everyone, when they're talking, they talk about the overall arcing, this is good for the business or this is not good for the business, that type of stuff. And even the WWE, because fans talk about it so much, talked about it, and that was part of their gimmick for a while there, what's good for business and that type of stuff. Laura, we haven't asked you because we don't care what you like or whom you like, or we just don't care in general. Oh, yeah, I'm getting my mojo back. Right on. Yeah, that would be those would be probably my favorites. Definitely Stone Cold, definitely The Rock for obvious reasons. I'd want to be in there with Hogan. I'd want to be in there with all the top guys. Eddie Guerrero would be on the top of the list. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. That one would be fun. Let's see. I don't really know. I don't know. Interesting. You don't know. Lilith. So there was this wrestler that I was talking to from here. I bought some of his merch and started talking to him, but after a while he blocked me. He blocked me now, so shrugs. That's weird. Lilith, it's the internet. You probably met them in real life, but then if it's a lot of stuff on the internet, that gives them too easy of an out. They have way too easy of an out. I don't trust people enough on the internet. There has to be some type of real world connection, because that whole blocking, like just disappearing, ghosting shit, everybody deals with it. We all have had people ghost on us. We've all had people block us out of nowhere and all these types of things. And it all comes from people not being able to communicate. They don't know how to communicate with each other. They don't know how to say, oh, well, this is going in a direction I'm not comfortable with, or whatever the case may be. It's a lot easier to press the block button and, oh, I don't have to deal with it anymore. Even though that leaves questions to anybody else, because it's like, oh, I was talking to this person, and then all of a sudden, they just fucking disappeared. That's not normal. That's not a normal thing. But sometimes that's what people do. That's just what it is. That sucks. I'm sorry that they did that. He unblocked me now. He blocked me. He unblocked me now. So why did they say they blocked you and then they unblocked you? I don't know. Yeah, that don't make any sense, Lilith. Who knows? That's weird. That's very weird. People are weird, though. People are weird. Shaq, see no evil. Thank you, brother. Happened to Kane. His mom and his stepmom got caught in the fire. That's what it was. Laura, if you could pick a different finish from what you have now, have you ever thought what you might do? Yes. Yeah, definitely. A neck submission. And I'm working on that right now, by the way. So I do have another finisher that I'm going to do, and it's going to be a neck submission, because I'm going to be tearing up people's necks from now on. I'm going to change my wrestling style. I got a lot of changes that I'm doing, that I'm in the process of doing. And yeah, that's definitely one of the things, is a new finisher, because my finisher is good and I love my finisher, but I need a submission. And the submission, I have like 2 submissions that I'm working on. They're both neck submissions, and I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be good, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to them, though. It's just going to change the way that I go about my matches. It's going to change everything. It's going to make it more fun for me, because that's all I'm worried about. Chris Yangling, you and Bill Collier have this thing you do that pops me every time. Lift the dude up for a vertical suplex. Tag out, pass said dude to partner shoulder, suplex. Love it. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things. What me and Bill talked about whenever we do that, what our point of doing that is to try to make it seem like it's not a big deal to us. So like, he'll start it or I'll start it. Whoever starts it, we'll get him in the suplex, and then sit there for a second, show that you have it, and then walk over, tag out, hand him right over, like meh, and then boom. Because every time I would start it and I would tag him out, I would hand him over, and I'd be like, whatever. Just fucking, you take the dead body. You do what you want with it. And yeah, I forgot about that. That's one of those, that's a really good one though. Another one of my favorites that we would do is I would grab him in a bear hug. I would tag Bill in, and Bill would run in and splash. So we would like run, like I would be bear hugging him. He would hit the ropes and come in and fucking big splash them. Boom, and just destroy their body. Just fucking destroy them. But you're in between 2 giant pieces of man meat, and we're gonna fucking smash your ass. So yeah, the suplex is one of my favorites. We had some cool fucking tag team moves, man. We have some fucking cool tag team moves. Because if I seen, like you said, Chris, if I seen some big motherfuckers doing that, I'd be popping too. I'd be like, oh shit, he just handed him over like it was nothing. Like, that bitch ain't nothing. I love it. Yeah, that was a good one, brother. Chris, that's one of my favorite ones, man. That's a fucking great move. Laura, oh yeah, I am uncomfortable with you not looking at DMs, LOL. And then after reading my latest, not responding, LOL, just kidding. I read it last night. Come on, Laura, give me a break. I got it though, because we were talking. So I got it, and we're good. I'll text you back just so that you know. I don't want you having anxiety though. I've been distracted with my own stuff. You know, that whole deal. Lilith, my birthday is getting closer. Really excited. Well, happy early birthday, Lilith. And if I have a show on, if I'm doing a show at that point, Lilith, then I'm going to sing you happy birthday live. It don't have to be live. Either way, I could sing happy birthday. Shaq Daddy, I get going. It was good talking. All right, brother. Hey, we'll see you later on. Always send me the links whenever you do. Hey, brother, every time you do your live shows, just send me the links, man, because sometimes I can check it out, sometimes I can't. I don't have notifications on my phone, though, so whenever I get onto Twitter, I have to literally go on and check it myself. But, you know, Shaq knows that I haven't been checking my DMs as well, so everybody knows I haven't been checking my DMs. I'm sorry, y'all. It was good talking to you, Shaq, though. Be safe out there, brother. Shy is in the house. I missed the show today. I'm just busy with my packing stuff. Shy, that is completely okay. We all have shit that we gotta do. We all got things that we gotta try to make sure that we're taking care of. So don't worry about it, Shy. It's just awesome to see you here, and I'm glad to see you here. You're part of the family, and we love you. Did I miss everything? Yeah, you missed everything. We're rounding the bases now. We're heading home. Laura, no breaks. You suck. It's all about me. That's true, Laura. But yes, I am just a worrier and a planner. I understand that. And this is such an exciting day for me. So I am overly excited. Sorry. Nah, don't be sorry. It's all, yeah, me too. I'm excited for us to actually get out there and just do everything. Like I'm excited to just be back to normal and to be, well, it's going to be more than normal now because we're going to have our special dinner before the show and try to get everybody going. I created a Discord, so I'm going to start getting everybody and promoting everybody to go to the Discord because I wasn't familiar with it, but I started one and then I seen how it was, and now I understand how to work it and everything. So I'm going to start doing the Discord soon, and that'll be a lot easier for us to go on there and chat, and then I can go on to Discord, and I don't have to like go to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these other horse shit apps that I don't like anyway, but I have to do because of what I do, because of the nature of the business of what I do. So, you know, we'll figure it out though. It's all coming along. We got positive progress. We just got to keep that positive progress going, y'all. Lilith, sing me a happy birthday. Pfft, don't make me blush. Also tempted to start sending you memes. I love memes. I'm always down for memes, Lilith. I love memes. I'm a meme connoisseur. If you watch my, and not recently, I haven't been on, but if you watch the Endgame Jordane Facebook business page, I schedule out memes at least once a day, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day on there. None of those posts are ever live, except for this show. Whenever I do this show live, it's live. But anytime you see a meme on the Endgame Jordane show or any of the posts, those are scheduled a week beforehand because I'll sit down and plan it out, work it out, make sure that everything's working properly, and then I'm out of there. I ain't got to worry about it. I'm cool with it. Lilith, I'm going to make you a meme. I am a meme. Pretty much, I am a meme. It's just people don't know. Shy, I will try to be on time tomorrow. We love you, Ron, always. We love you, Shy, always as well. And that's okay. You can be on time. I wasn't on time today. I was at 7. I was like at past 7 today. But this week is different. Next week, we'll be back to our normal, regular schedule. As we go on with these things, we're figuring it all out, though. You guys know how that is. It is what it is. Lori, I have to do something earlier in the day, but I don't want to miss dinner. That's okay. Take your time. We'll figure it out. As we go along, we'll figure it out. We'll see what works for everybody, and it'll work. It'll be okay. So don't stress about that, Lori. If we can make the dinner work, we can. If we can't, then we're going to be doing shows at least once a month. From what I remember, we're going to be doing shows once a month up there. So we're getting back to normal. So this won't be the last opportunity for us to be able to hang out. And I would like this to be a regular thing so we can come up there, hang out, chit chat, blah blah blah, and just be like we do on the live show. Just exactly like we do on the live streams. All right, guys. This is fun. I should have just started jumping on these sooner. Hell yeah, Chris. It's always fun, man. And today's wrestling day. I'll usually talk about a little bit about everything. Sometimes shit in the news. Sometimes shit that I want to talk about. It's a little bit of everything. So it's not really that big of a deal. So yeah, man, just join whenever you can, brother. Join whenever you can. It's always fun. There's no telling what the subjects are going to be. I usually pick out what I like to talk about. A lot of times it's motivational talks. So it's this and that. Pretty much every day we talk about wrestling, though. I mean, I'm a wrestler. You know, I'm in the community. I love wrestling. Wrestling's my life. So obviously we can't go too long without talking about it. But I try to cover a little bit of everything because I have so many more interests about everything. And I want this podcast or this live stream to be more open to so many more people so that we can bring more people into the community and have it that way. But I'm glad that you joined us, Chris. That's fucking awesome, brother. We'll see you on later on, man. We're gonna start getting off here. So I'm gonna run through the comments one more time and then we'll get on out of here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6. We'll be back to normal at 6, so it'll be fun. I know epic rap battles of history, Lilith. I know all the epic rap battles of history. You got to tell me which one I should see, though, because I've seen most of them. I'll make it a regular thing now, that's for sure. Thanks, brother. Hey, you got it, Chris. And I'm sure I'll see you at MCW eventually once we get everything situated with that. Dinner will be me and you, at least for sure. I can't make the June show, though. That's okay, Laura. At least we'll have it this week. The 21st is your wrestling show, right? It is this Saturday. I have a show this Saturday and Sunday. Laura, I was heading to Plain Ridge to gamble, but that's where I have always been when you start Wednesday. So I waited tonight, and I stayed home chilling on the couch. Hell yeah, Laura. That's fucking awesome. I love it. Lilith, the Joker versus Pennywise. I'll check that one out. That actually sounds pretty funny. I laughed at the name. I just laughed at the fucking name of the thing. So Joker versus Pennywise will be a badass epic rap battles of history. I'm looking forward to that one. Shy. By the way, Ron, I am moving towards New Jersey. So next time I can make it to your shows, do let me know if your shows are anywhere near New Jersey. My show Sunday is in New Jersey. And I will, from this point onward, majority of my wrestling is going to be based out of New Jersey. I've been training there. I've been dedicating a lot of my time. I haven't been there in the last couple of weeks because I've had a lot of personal stuff I've had to deal with. But that's where I've been spending majority of my time, and that's where most of my investment is going into the Jersey shows. So, but right now we're just doing some recordings, and once we start getting fans back in there, I'll let you guys know about everything that's going on there. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait because I'm going to be changing a lot of shit, and I got a lot of shit that I'm going to be doing there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, so we're good. We're good. Anyway, but yes, Shy, definitely very soon, and I will be seeing you up there because I'm going to be wrestling out of New Jersey a whole lot. Have a wonderful night, Ron. You have a wonderful night, Shy. Lilith, Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Yeah, I got to check that one out too. That one will be ridiculous. Fucking Joe Biden's probably falling asleep. Laura, good night, Ron. Great stream tonight. You babbled for over an hour and a half, which is great. Yeah, I've been I've made it a point in my head to try to shoot for an hour and a half. I want to do an hour and a half because I want to get better at this. And if I felt like an hour just wasn't long enough. I really didn't feel like an hour gave me enough time to babble. I needed an hour and a half of babbling. So, because really, I have the 10-minute timer, and the 10-minute timer takes 10 minutes away from me. So it's actually 50 minutes. So, Shy. Wow, amazing. See you there. I will see you there, Shy, 100%. Lori, looks like we are driving to Jersey. Yeah, I'm going to be in Jersey a lot, guys. I'm going to be in Jersey a lot. But I'm going to be up there as well. As long as we're running up there often, I'm going to be up there as well. So we'll see how everything we're going to see how everything goes in the near future, because right now it's all like everything's planned out. There's these plans that we have. So we're going to see how it all goes. Anyway, guys, I love you. This is always fun. This was another fun episode of the Just Jordane Show. Thank you all for joining me for episode number 83, Stone Cold Steve Austin, which we didn't really talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin A&E episode too much, but I know I already seen it. I saw it before I saw it. I already knew everything that happened anyway, and I love Stone Cold. I'm a big Stone Cold fan. I'll recommend the documentary, but I already know everything. Like, I've already seen that. I already know it. It was cool seeing the new promos from the guys, but I love it. But I'm looking forward to Piper, because Piper now, I'm a little less familiar with Piper's story. Even though I know a good bit, I'm a little less familiar. So we'll see about that. And Macho Man's going to be fun, because I know there was controversy. There's always fun when there's controversy. And then Shawn Michaels and Booker T coming up. I'm looking forward to Booker T more than that. I heard a lot about Shawn Michaels, but we'll see about those two. Anyway, guys, I love you. Endgame Jordane on Twitch, Endgame Jordane at Twitter, Paul Jordane on Facebook, Paul Jordane on YouTube. Follow me everywhere. Do all that. Click like. We always need the likes.